You know why? Because you're not fucking God. You are not God. You smart. Yeah, man, you are a fool. Why are you fucking referring to them, man? You are a fucking liar, man. You are a fucking liar. You are a man. Shut up your fucking mouth. What are you saying to me? You are nothing. What's your fucking mouth? You fucking bitch, you are. If you don't think you are this, I want you to watch it. You are shit. Buy it. I will fucking touch you. Oh my God, baby. What? Your mouth, your breath stinks. You are like the Lord. Shut up, shut up. Why you fucking said you smell the Lord? She said you smell the Lord. She said you smell the Lord.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Fifi and you are watching Faceplate. Now guys, oh god, I don't know, it's just a lot, but let me offload to you. I have a lot of gist for you guys. So we all know I brought you a video of what happened last night, and from what happened during the Saturday night party, I expected a lot of drama, or rather sweet drama, to ensue after the party. Now my mind was busy telling me that we were gonna see a lot more of the closeness that we saw among some people during the dance floor. I thought we were going to see some drunken states of confessions and the usual games that these people play after the Saturday night party. But boy, were we in for a big shocker. Now guys, let me just give you a background here. These housemates, these all stars, since this season started, there has been a person who has clashed with everyone, almost every girl, especially the ladies in the house, and that is the little Ceece Ilebaye. Now, to be honest with you guys, I haven't really been following. Like when this show started, I wasn't paying so much attention because I was so busy. But then I took out some time to catch up on other avenues now. And the little that I also saw, it seemed like Ilebaye was being victimized. It seemed like Ilebaye was being bullied in that house, starting with her incident with when Tolanibaj kicked her out of Neo's bed. Now that one I saw for myself, and to be honest, it didn't look good. I felt like Tolanibaj was at fault at that instance because the way she dragged her out of the bed, called her names, and yet Ilebaye, had not provoked her. It was unprovoked. I really felt bad. So it made me feel like all these housemates really, they are being against Ilebaye for nothing. So fast forward, she had a confrontation with, I think like Ilebaye has really fought with everyone. She had a confrontation with Angel, a very dirty confrontation with Angel, in which she had been stepping on Angel's case, and Angel claimed that her case was open and she was busy scraping off paint off her body, and that paint was going into Angel's clothes. Now, other sources later that night revealed that the case was actually closed, and then Ilebaye tried to say that Angel was bitter because of a man, because she had kissed Cross in the bathroom, like sometime then. Now, that same incident that she was talking about apparently had sparked a clash between her and Cece, because we all know, guys, Cece and Cross have been like close. In fact, at first I thought that something is going to happen, but then later, when Cross started all this with Ilebaye, Cece and Cross, they let the whole house know that they are just friends, that there is nothing there. So of course, there was a fight between her and Cece. Now guys, I think there was also a fight between her and Venita. I am not sure. So now, tonight after the party, out of nowhere, Ilebaye was seated with Pere. Guys, forgive me, this one is going to be long, but I need to gist you guys so that you understand the whole context. So Ilebaye was with Pere, and the girl was shedding horrible tears, after the Saturday night party. But this girl was very excited. During the party, she was lively, she was happy, she was grooving and dancing with everyone. But then when the party got finished, she was sitting outside and she was shedding heavy tears, serious tears, while Perry was, unsuccessfully trying to console her, but to no avail. So when the cameras came there, we didn't know the genesis of the tears, so I had to listen in close. In fact, I wanted to do the video, but then my heart told me to catch a clip of Ilebaye's tears, but my heart told me, no, let me first find out, what's happening. It could be that she's just, sometimes people get drunk and become overwhelmed with emotions, and then they start crying. But then she was crying, and then she was talking gibberish. She was saying something about loving. From what she talked, the only person that has been defending this girl in that house against all odds, against the whole world, has been Doyin. So I picked some of what she was saying and I understood she was talking about Doyin. Now, I didn't know why she was crying. I didn't know whether she was crying because Doyin has been that one person who has been with her through thick and thin since the house started, and been on her side when the rest of the housemates were not really giving a damn about her. So I don't know. Next thing we know, there was an ad break coming back. There was a full-blown fight. Cece came out of nowhere. Guys, I don't know. I don't know what Guinness did to these housemates tonight. Because Cece came out of the blue and she attacked Ilebaye out of nowhere. She shouted at Ilebaye. She stayed calling her names, and this time Ilebaye wasn't having none of it. Ilebaye fought back. She shouted back. Now, those are the two people with their little screaming voices at each other. They were shouting on top of their voices. In fact, I am very sure these two might lose their voices because they were really shouting at each other. Now, the argument became so intense that they started goading each other. They approached each other. Cece kept, you've seen in the video already, guys, the way Cece was approaching her, and then Ilebaye at some point held Cece and knocked off her wig, and Cece immediately screamed, asking Big Brother to offer Ilebaye a strike. Now, guys, I got confused. I was like, what is happening to Biggie's children? What's happening to these all-stars? Now, later, as they kept fighting, that's when I got to know that Cece was still bitter about the statements, apparently from the time when she had a confrontation with Ilebaye earlier on that week. She was trying to get Ilebaye not to follow Cross to the bathroom because Cross had first asked her Cece, to follow him to the bathroom, and he refused because he thought he was not in his proper mental state. She thought he was high or tipsy because they had taken some alcohol. It was after the Guinness task. However, Ilebaye had gone ahead to follow Cross into the bathroom, and that's when whatever happened between them happened. So Ilebaye claimed that Cece was a bodyguard. So it did not sit well with Cece. So all this time, Cece had been marinating her anger, waiting for when she has some alcohol in her system to cause all this wahala in Big Brother's house, which happened last night after the party. So I got to find out that that's why, that's part of why Cece was still, bitter. I don't know, guys. I might have skipped on. Maybe Ilebaye could have provoked her again to bring back the issue. But yes, she kept saying, later on in the conversations, the videos that I didn't catch because it would be so long, she kept telling Angel that Ilebaye kept saying, Naman, Naman. Now, meanwhile, in all of this, Angel was so happy. She was so happy. She was telling everyone who cared to hear, I am vindicated. I guess you guys can now see that I don't have a problem. Now, guys, where am I even? Hmm? Let me not even waste time. Before this fight between Ilebaye and Cece could marinate in everyone's shocked eyes, those that were watching, Princess and Ilebaye came at each other. Now, this time it was, I don't know, I think Princess said something to Ilebaye and Ilebaye shut her down and started abusing her, all those nasty, nasty words that won't come out of my mouth. I don't want to spoil anyone's mood. But yeah, I was like, what's happening? So now Princess also joined the group of people who have fought with Ilebaye. Guys, it was a case of Ilebaye against the world. I don't know what those ones their issue was about, because it wasn't for that long. Alex and I think some people really tried to get Ilebaye out of the situation. Meanwhile, the boys, Ike and Kidwaya was a bit irritated, and he wanted to, like, stop the fight, and Ike told him, guy, this is what we wanted, let it happen, we are getting what we wanted, you should at least be happy that we have succeeded in our mission. Now, guys, you might be wondering what was Ike talking about, but those who have been watching, earlier on, these boys had a meeting. By the boys I mean Ike, Cross, Pere, and Kidwaya. They had a talks sometime, I think early this week, where they were discussing how they want to make specifically Alex and Cece, fight, so that one of them can get, like, they needed to get rid of some of the female housemates, and they feel like Alex and Cece already had marinating beef from outside the house from their previous season that they seem to have come with this season, and they knew that Cece is a very short-tempered person, like her temper is loose, so if triggered properly, they knew that she could maybe have an outburst that would cause her to get a strike, or even to get a strike, or even be disqualified. So what happened last night might not directly have been the people they were originally talking about, but one of the people they talked about, Cece, did give them really fulfill their plans. So yes, that's what Ike was talking about. So here was Kid, I think, trying to be guilty and trying to be rational. So guys, just so you know, it was only a few ladies who tried to stop this fight. Otherwise, things were gonna get more physical than they did last night, because the way Ilebaye and Cece kept getting at each other, it was too much. Because when they were separated, Cece had gone back in the house and she was talking, trying to explain herself, then came back outside of the house and followed to go resume where she stopped with Ilebaye, and they again went at each other. So the clip that I have shown you guys today is the second half of their fight, because the first one, it was so abrupt that I wasn't even prepared for it. Now guys, I don't know if you're still listening, then you're the best. But as I cap off, things were still there. Before I knew it, there is this conversation that Doyin was having with Angel, and I'm going to leave you with that conversation. Now, that conversation came after Doyin had also confronted Ilebaye. Yes, guys, you're not hearing me wrong. So last night, Ilebaye did also fight with Doyin, and they threw at each other bitter words, especially coming from Ilebaye. Ilebaye called Doyin a bad friend. She called her names. Now, guys, during their fight is when I got to find out that apparently Ilebaye was crying to Pere because something had happened earlier on between her and her bestie Doyin. According to her, Doyin is not a good friend, was not being a good friend. According to Doyin, she has really been there for this girl, for Ilebaye, but rather Ilebaye is not appreciating. So she was having a conversation with Angel, and Angel was asking her, do you think it's by mistake that Ilebaye is clashing with every other person in the house. She's the common denominator, like Angel put it, in all the fights that have been happening in the house lately. So who do you think has the problem? Would it be the other people or the person that is that has been fighting with one housemate to another, to another, to another? Now, guys, I'll leave that for you guys to judge out for yourself. I do not want to take sides in this matter because we all know these people this season came like vipers. Some of them came like vipers. Others came like cobra. Sorry, others came like lions. Hmm? The money, the fight for the money is real this season, and these housemates are being unapologetic about it. The person that you might think is sleeping or is really dumb and not understanding might be the most manipulative person in the house, most calculative, most determined person, because even during their fight, Ilebaye did put it to them that she's going to win that 120 million. So guys, I don't know what to think of it. Anyway, if you have been listening to me rant all this time, just don't forget to like this video. Click on the subscription button if you are new to this channel, and if you would like to see more of what I'm showing you guys. And please, if you have something to say, leave it in the comment section. Let's talk. I'm here. Have a good day, guys. I'll be back with another update of other happenings in the Big Brother house. Keep watching, guys. Love you. Mwah.
You're the problem. That if you're the one arguing with everybody, then you're the problem. So I'm glad this is happening. So now you said can see. Cece, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Just leave it. Just leave her. Leave her.